Hey garden friends, it's a snowy day out. It's going to be a snowy week. It is a total of 28, 29 degrees outside. You probably can see my breath here and there. But I have my little dish heater in here to snuggle up to and get some warmth and make it all good. Let's see, I've gotten it up to almost 40 in here with my little dish heater. You may hear the snow falling off or hitting the roof. That one says 30 and that one up there says almost 40. Who knows, one's higher than the other. But I wanted to get planting petunias today, seeding some petunias. Now, as you know, I like using recycled containers. And this is one of those, this is baby spinach. And it has the lid, it's clear. I've already poked holes in the bottom for drainage. And I just fill it with potting soil. Now, I like these for like my petunias and other certain things because I can make the soil a bit deeper because the seedlings are going to stay in here longer than other things would. And that's just to save from the extra work of potting them up. And they will do fine as long as I space them well and grow for me. Last year I started petunias and I had so many that I was able to line my garden pathway with those petunias and they did beautiful. They even lived through a late frost, which I was surprised. I thought they would be toast, but I had quite a few. And so this time I have two different ones, but they're both in the purple blue family. This one is Shockwave Purple Tie-Dye, and this is from Botanical Interest, and you can see how pretty that is right there. And then from Park Seed, I have Shockwave Denim Shades. So I'm just going to cut this one open. Usually these are in a little vial. And sorry for the stain on my fingers. I did that test. You know, you've seen on Instagram Reels or TikTok or whatever, how they make a little greenhouse heater with candles and pots, terracotta pots. I tried it. Didn't work at all. Completely total fail. So even though it looks really good on reel, it didn't work for me. And it could be the size of my greenhouse because others say it raises it by at least 1 degree. In fact, it was colder in my greenhouse than it was outside. So that tells you how much it didn't work. And if it did raise it a degree, it didn't matter. Anyways, it was a total waste. So I'll show you my little setup. And I even tried two of them, two different setups of pots with a candle in it, and it didn't work. So in this, let me see, how many seeds do I have? Now with the pelleted seeds, which these are pelleted, I don't know if you can see them in my hand right here. I don't know if it's focusing or not, but they're yellow, little round yellow pebbles, like a grain of sand. I'm going to space these out so they have plenty of room to grow. I have a feeling, yeah, it looks like I could get, these will be just enough for this. Anyways, with pelleted, you set them on top of the soil. You do not put soil on top. That is something I learned recently. I will press them down into the soil to get firm adhesion, firm contact. But as far as that goes, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I use my fingernail. Some people use a toothpick, but I have not found that as effective. Also, I've seen them where they use the tip of a pencil, the point of a pencil, to pick them up and moisten it. And I find it easy enough to scoop up in my little fingernail. But if you don't have fingernails, I guess you would have to try the other. Okay, I used half of this container. Now, this is where I will mark it. And I use a little tag from a plant from last year. And what I do, I'll wipe it off. And if I was real worried about disease or anything, I would wipe it off with the alcohol I have in here for my alcohol burner. But I don't think there's any problem. So I'm going to put down the name of this. one, and that is Denim Shades. And when I put it in here, I'm going to put it, oops, a little bit long. I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to put the name facing the seeds. So there, that's done. Pretty much, I will firm it down. Where's my little thing? Okay, I'll use the butt end of my little trowel. I love this. I got this one from Gardener Supply. I use this a lot, especially when transplanting these up when it's time. If I want to pot them up into bigger pots, which I would because I want them to fill in, or sometimes in here, I'll put them in the container that I'm going to have them in. So if I had them in like a hanging basket, I would transplant them into the hanging basket with the other plants I was going to have grow with it. All right. So that is the Shockwave Denim Shades from Park Seed. It said 10. I had way more than 10 in here, but so they're generous that way. Anyway, so for, even if this was $5, if you got 10, if I get all of them to germinate, even less than all, I'd have 10 petunias for $5, so that's 50 cents a plant. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so the other side, I'm going to go ahead and put these Shockwave Purple Tie-Dye, and I don't think these are pelleted, but they are in a little, I could be wrong, they could be pelleted too. Yeah, petunia seeds are super, super tiny. And I have a video and blog post on how to collect the seeds. Oh, these are pelleted too. How many seeds did it say was in here? Or did it? 10. Okay. 10 seeds. Let's get that open. I think there's some stuck down in there. I'll get those out in a minute. So let's see if they packaged more than 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'll carefully rip this open. Sorry, my battery died on me. My batteries have been going out really quick lately. Might be time to get new batteries. Anyways, this package only had 9 in it, unless I missed one. But instead of extras, I only got 9 instead of 10. And this one was $3.89. So anyways, that's the petunias I have. I am going to firm these down just like I did the other ones. And then instead of writing on the little tag thing here, I am going to write it onto my seed starting record. And I'm going to put Petunia. And the first one was Denim Shades. And today's date, I think it's the 23rd, isn't it? Yep, 23rd. I'll do this one. And this one was tie-dye. And both were Shockwave. Now, I don't know if those are the same as just wave petunias. I need to look that up. Okay, so there is that. These petunias. Now, I'm going to go put these in on the rack in my office that has lights and let them get going. And then I will report back when they have germinated and when they're ready to pot out. I have my last video on growing petunias from seed. I actually take you along when I pot them up. So you can go see that one if you wish to. So there we have it. We're getting our petunia seeds started. And I like to get them started. Next week is going to be March. I like getting a head start because they take a little bit to get going as far as being close to blooming stage. And probably mid to late April, I will bring them out here into the greenhouse. It'll be warm enough that they can do fine out here and free up room on my racks. I start running out of room. Okay, so I'll check back when these have germinated and or grown a little bit, and we can see how many we got. Okay, until then. So here is our petunias. This is the denim shades, the Park Seeds denim shades, and this is the tie-dye. There's still some coming up, but this one, I think every one of them germinated. This one looks like it may struggle. It's barely coming up, but that's pretty good. I got nearly 100% germination. And these ones are a little bit older, so they may not germinate as well, but I'm still pleased. So this is March 6th. So I don't know how long that was. I'll have to look at the date at the beginning, but we're doing good. I'm going to be thrilled with them, I'm sure. This is my simple little light shelf. I've shown you before in my others. Let me see if I can get this straight. But this is my heat mat that I do put them on first. Right now I have, this is delphiniums, and that's some basil over there. I just have the one. My other one conked out on me. So, and here are the ivy geraniums I showed you last. They're doing great. Just coming along. Alrighty. So I'll check in and I'll show you my petunias at a later date.